All right, hello. Welcome to Tears of the Kingdom Glitchless, and as the silly block has ended, we are no longer messing around. But I do need to know what the language choice is, so we can get that set up.
And I am looking. It looks like French won with $4,250.
All right, well, give me a second to reboot my Switch to change the text language.
I also just want to point out we are almost at sevens across the board for our total, 777,707.
Oh, we can hit that for sure. I will need some luck for the speedrun, if you guys could get us there. All right, but yeah, welcome to Tears of the Kingdom Glitchless Any Percent. This is on the Switch 2, specifically the Switch 2 edition, so the game will look very nice. And this run is very intense. Okay, so we said French, right?
Yes, French.
Okay. So we've got the voice language changed, and I believe we're ready to start the run. So I will be starting the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, but yeah, we're doing glitchless. This is gonna be a very intense run. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's pretty fast-paced by the end. But first, I want to introduce myself. I'm Player5. I speedrun a lot of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And behind me on my couch, I have 3 very talented Tears of the Kingdom speedrunners with me.
Hi, I'm Moist. I run a lot of the Zelda games, including this one.
Hello, I'm Cloud. I also run primarily Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So excited to be here.
And I'm Gymnast86. I ran this game a lot when it came out, including the one day the Any Percent speedrun was glitchless.
All right, so to get started, we have the prologue area. If you haven't played the game since launch, then this might be a blast from the past, but it starts off with Link and Zelda going through the tunnels beneath Hyrule Castle, kind of exploring the gloomy area. And this part is pretty much in auto scroll. Like, you can't really do anything to make it faster other than these little jumps here. By jumping right before the cutscene trigger or the dialogue trigger, I'm able to make it so that Zelda will actually run towards me, which just speeds up her movement a little bit. But this part is, yeah, basically we don't really have too much to do, so any little bit counts. And there are 3 of these little jumps, so let me nail those. All right, but to introduce this category, this is glitchless. So I'm not allowed to perform any glitches, which basically means, you know, a glitch could be defined in many different ways, but I think the simplest way to describe it is, you know, unintended game behavior, which is, you know, a pretty vague, loose definition. But as the community has decided, we basically take every single glitch and say, like, okay, is this obviously a glitch? Yes, then it's banned. If no, then we, you know, take a vote and see what the community decides. And so we have a list of things that are allowed and a list of things that are not allowed. But as you'll see later in the run, we do toe the line for sure. So there will be some pretty fun skips.
And just because there are no glitches doesn't mean that we are deprived of very cool and interesting strats. There's a lot to go over in this run. The mechanics of this game are extremely deep, and we're going to be using as much of it as we can to our advantage to get to the end as quickly as possible.
Take notes of Zelda's torch. I believe we have an incentive for that.
Yeah, but we obliterated that incentive a long time ago. We're past that one. We will be getting the torch.
Yeah.
Oh, also, look, Mom, no hands. So this is a 4-minute unskippable cutscene, but it's a very cool cutscene. And
I'm on the edge of my seat.
it is the only bit of voice acting that we get. So this is what your bid war came to. So now we're going to listen to the excellent French voice acting.
La fameuse lame purificatrice. Une épée qui se brise au premier assaut de mes miasmes ne peut rien contre moi. Zelda. Et le porteur de la lame purificatrice, Link. L'ultime espoir de Raoult. Tu me déçois beaucoup.
Non, non. Comment peux-tu les connaître?
I feel so immersed in the French right now.
P5, you're not going to give us a live-action reinterpretation?
Actually...
Give us your
will
best
not.
dehydrated Ganondorf. You don't have to do it in French. And that was
Anyway,
pretty good.
that was a nice
pretty
round.
good.
And the cutscene's still going. You have some more time.
All right, it is a little bit loud, but this is a good time for donations if we have any.
Sure. Was that the end of the French?
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought this was the talking Zelda block.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, we did have some
there.
donations
Right
that came in, such as this $100 donation from Ollie Brown. This is my first in-person GDQ, and it's so amazing to see all this energy and love in the room. Good luck, P5. Praying to RN Jesus for enough key swings. Less than 3.
Thank you.
We are just over $1,000 away from completing that double time showcase incentive. So get those donations in. Let's defeat this incentive, just like we're going to defeat Ganon eventually.
True.
Time for more?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We got $55 from Vivi, donating for Spanish Zelda and bopping the dragon on the head with a stick. Good luck, P5.
Well, you did not quite win.
No, not quite. French is
We'll get one of those
Same
things.
Sam.
We'll get
Same
one of
family.
those things.
But we did get $25 from MZ. Let's go, Peef. It's so great to see you up on the GDQ stage again. As you do your run, I want you to remember some wise words from the GOAT Rauru himself. Best of luck.
Oh, yes, that is true. So, the voice acting isn't quite over. We do get to hear a few grunts from Rauru, which are noticeably different in different languages, and then also some grunts from Ganondorf. So, look forward to that.
And a lot of screams from our boy Link.
So we're going to get the
Sorry
French
in
grunts.
advance.
I'm looking forward to French grunts.
All right, so we have a trick that's gonna look a lot harder than it might seem. This here is cog skip, where by running off of this cog in a very specific way and then doing a backwards jump attack facing this direction, we can get a much higher and longer jump than you would normally get due to how Link runs over the collision. And if you aim it correctly, you can get up onto the top of the white wall here, because this game does not allow you to climb up these white walls normally. They're like the same as the inside of the shrine walls, where they don't want you to, like, you know, do something that breaks the sequence of the area. But so, as we can see, this is a very hard trick. It's taking a few attempts here.
It's especially difficult on the 60 FPS version of the game, which P5 is running on. And the purpose of this skip right here is not only to skip a lengthy cutscene with the doors opening, but it's also going to allow us to circumvent.
There we go.
With some careful navigation to get around here, we're circumventing a long run through the tunnels out of the Room of Awakening. And it's also going to give us early access to our second item pickup that we're going to be using here, which will be very crucial for getting around in both the early and later parts of the game.
Say hello to Recall.
We'll be back. Or foreshadowing.
They don't let you complete the shrines early without going to the Temple of Time first to activate the cutscene.
But have you tried asking really nicely?
You know what? I think I have. I think
Did you?
After 3
Did
years.
you really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
You'd think if it was possible, we'd find a way to do it by now.
All right, and yeah, here are the wings. What's important to note about these wings is that they'll allow us to take like very interesting routing through the Great Sky Island, which is normally very rigid in how you kind of have to explore it. But the wings allow us to break that by kind of flying from point A to point B directly, and some other fun stuff. But in an unrestricted speedrun, once you get the wings, they're infinite because you're able to actually duplicate items in this game pretty easily. For glitchless, we're obviously not allowed to do that. The main glitches that you might want to or that you might notice are missing are one, out of bounds. So there's actually a clip at the end of the game that lets you skip the big boss rush at the end. So that's banned. So we have to fight all of the bosses.
You mean get to fight all the bosses?
We get to fight all of the bosses. It's going to be very fun. I'm going to be having a good time. And
I'll be having a good time.
we'll also have duplication glitches banned, which means, yeah, no infinite wings. I'm going to grab this. This is a little bit of a backup. But yeah, those 3 wings are very, very important for the route that I'm about to take. It's pretty much necessary at this point.
It's a lot slower without those wings. Great Sky Island is so vertical. We have the Ascent Shrine that's super high. Fuse is a bit lower. Ultra Hand is kind of in the middle. The wings are a great tool to kind of get us around quickly. Back in the olden days, I mean, 2023 it's not really that long ago. we used to run all the way from Temple of Time, cross the river, up the waterfall, up the other waterfall, through the snow to ascend. But from here, we're going to be playing a little bit of a game of the floor is lava to preserve our respawn coordinates. So if player 5 is still standing on this wing, he'll be able to void out, and then the game will record his last stable standing position, which will be right up here where he does his jump off. And that'll allow us to get to the first shrine a lot quicker because we're maintaining a lot of that height from being up on this platform here.
I just wanted to hop in and say that we have just surpassed $777,777 for Doctors Without Borders. Let's, how about 789,876? And we can go for that.
It's unfortunate. Missed input. All right, so right here, I actually am going to use one of those wings to fly my way to the Temple of Time. But this part's a little bit precise because normally your wings are given the momentum that Link has when you drop them. And so right here, I'm running, dropping the wing. It gets the momentum of Link running forward. And normally that's too much to catch up to when it goes off of the edge. But by placing it at just the right spot, it will actually hit the ledge and slow down enough for Link to catch up to it. But right here, this is gonna be pretty precise, so I need to make sure not to mess this up. I'm trying to land on the top step here. Perfect.
Very well
There
done.
we are.
Perfect.
Very good.
So, if I land the wing in just the right spot, then you can see that Link is now standing on the wing outside of the cutscene. That's unfortunate. We're gonna have to do that
Barely
again.
brushed his toe on
touched the
there.
ground there.
The jump
That was a
flash.
scam if you ask me, but
Yeah, the game was like, ha, gotcha.
they don't put me in charge, unfortunately.
You can usually get away with 1 foot on the.
And there you go, first try.
Yeah,
First
right.
try.
This is just so peaceful flying. We wanted to do it again.
It's good vibes. This run is pretty fun because the first half of it, the Great Sky Island section, is very, very chill. You might fall asleep watching it. But then it turns up to 100 very quickly as we approach Ganondorf and the end of the game. All right, well,
Very nice.
perfect. We
He
got the
does
hard
not
part.
miss.
Hopefully we don't touch the ground this time.
There we go.
Perfect.
I'm doing
Jump slash for
the
safety.
jump slash for safety.
And by the way, in case it wasn't mentioned, you actually are watching the current any% glitchless world record holder right now. P5 has been on an incredible grind the past few months. bringing the record down to very low levels. Not without some competition, but he's been doing a lot for this category.
All right, so you see that we void out, right? And that's because there's a barrier that stops you from leaving the Great Sky Island. They want you to do the tutorial, learn how to play the game, and so they prevent you from leaving. We currently don't have a way to bypass that that's effective for the speedrun. And so we instead use it to our advantage, the fact that we can void out and get sent back to the upper island. And so the reason that's so important is because this is much faster than climbing all the way up to ascend. And it also puts us here by the bottomless cave, which is convenient because this has a bunch of bombs. And these bombs are going to be very helpful for various speed tech and also providing a lot of damage in the later stages of the run. So we pick up as many as we want, or as many as we can. We would want more, but they do not give
Bombs
us
being useful in the Zelda speedrun. Now, where have I heard that before?
Also, to be clear, that earlier void out thing was not considered a glitch because it's kind of how the game is intended to run, right? You're supposed to not, have your grounded coordinates saved when you're standing on a Zonai device, and that's because you could be in a situation, in a spot that's like not actually a spot the game would want to reload you, right? For instance, a wing flying in the air. And that's a pretty ridiculous example, but it illustrates the point that like this behavior is correct. That's how they wanted the game to run. And so we are just, cleverly using that in a way that makes the speedrun a little bit faster. All right, well, we are entering the first shrine and getting the first ability. Now, there are some long cutscenes in the early game, so this will be a pretty good spot for some donations.
Absolutely. We had $5 from Nuki. Hi, P5 and Couch Crew. First of all, I'm so proud of you for getting the chance to show off your hard work on this category. It's always a pleasure to be able to share a community with not only the wonderful friends I have on this stage, but also many in the front row behind them. Zelda speedrunning has changed my life in a lot of ways and also provided so many long-lasting connections that I will always be thankful for. Less than 3. By the way, P5, Cloud, and Moist, all trees when? Jim, you don't want to know. Smiley face.
We'll have the strategy meeting soon.
You don't want to cut all trees?
I will admit I don't know. So.
We also hit that double time showcase.
Woo!
Done with that one. So now we got another one, of course. We are working on a difficulty upgrade to use a Powerball for total nuclear annihilation. That's that pinball showcase we have coming up later. We have just under $2,500 to go. We're already 50% of the way there. So easy boat, let's get that done. Let's knock that one out.
Wait, did I just killed Billy. Okay. For some context, this was a strat where I was supposed to get a bow and an arrow from that construct. Now, it might look a little weird because, why would you be killing him now to get these items when you could be completing the shrine as fast as possible? But normally, I'm supposed to get an arrow from the construct first try, which that's RNG, which is one of the things we need to go right. But it's not that much slower. We just missed a cycle of the platform because it moves on a certain cycle. And so normally you would be waiting for it to line up with the platform above. And so there's enough time to actually grab the arrow and the bow from the construct without losing any time at all. In this case, yeah, we got a little unlucky, lost maybe like 9 seconds. It's fine. But yeah, the reason I said we killed Billy is because that construct's been named Billy by the community. And, well, I guess if he wanted to survive, he should have just given me the arrow first try.
Did it feel good? Are you proud of what you've done?
A little bit, yeah. He deserved it.
You know what? I won't argue with that.
All right, but yeah, the reason we need the bow and arrows is actually going to come up shortly after we exit the shrine. if one of you wants to explain that.
Yeah, so there's a raft at the bottom of the cliff with a. Does the construct have a name? That one?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
I think that one's Bobby.
okay, Bobby.
Send in your donations for what you want his name to be.
Bobby will
We
give
can
you a
crowdsource
battery
them.
if you hit the Zonai device. Now you're up top. You don't want to fall down, so we're gonna shoot an arrow at a very precise spot. And because arrows don't get affected by wind, hopefully that's it. Bobby will give you the battery.
There we go.
There we go. It's so delayed compared to the throw version. I can never tell if it's gonna fail or not at first.
Yeah. So right there, it looks a little funny, but essentially the guy down there, there's no maximum distance check. So you're like hitting the fan, it's triggering the dialogue, and you're really far away, but that's fine. The game is like a fair game. So I like to imagine he like throws the battery at you, and he's got a really good arm.
Magically supplants it onto your waistband. But yeah, that trick stays about 15 to 18 seconds depending how quickly you can line it up, because the next option to get the battery would be after the completion of your second shrine, which happens with a much longer cutscene. So it's definitely optimal to get it along the way here.
Also, I see you destroyed the Master Sword there. Why did you do that?
Because I want to ruin the timeline.
Oh, valid.
Well, it worked. I hope you're happy.
But no. The real reason is because we're about to pick up a claymore inside of this shrine, and by breaking the decayed Master Sword, I don't actually have to menu to equip it. So it's slightly faster because you're on a wing, you're already moving, so there's no time loss from breaking it by jump slashing the wing. And so it saves like, I would guess, half a second. But in speedruns, you look for all of the ways you can save time. All right, but as we are beginning another shrine, we have time for a few more donations.
Absolutely. We had a $25 donation from Dylan X64. Hiya guys, first time donator here. I've been watching GDQ runs for a few years now, but this is the first event I've actually seen live. Watching Player5 prepare for this run over the last few weeks has been nothing short of breathtaking. Good luck on the run, and I wish you the best, Billy RNG. Thank you so much for that
We
donation.
didn't quite get it.
A little late on that one.
Yeah, a little late.
It's the thought that counts, right?
Absolutely. And the donations to Doctors Without Borders, which we are very close to $780,000.
All right, right there, we shot a bomb arrow at the treasure chest in order to knock it back towards us. So that's a neat little trick shot. And then I forgot to do a cool little optimizations right here. Yeah, so that right there, I should have done while the door was opening because we have a little bit of downtime. But yeah, essentially I dropped my shield with my back to a wall, which fails to drop it, which is, funnily enough, one of the ways that most of the glitches in this game work. It's through this system of failing to drop your items.
Any glitch hunters watching, their ears just perked up when you said fail drop.
But don't worry, this is not a glitch. It's just a clever little way to get rid of a text box that I would get later by picking up a second shield. Because normally, the game will give you an item text box the first time you pick up an item. And so in this case, I'm going to be picking up a second old wooden shield, but the first shield that I picked up was actually a flame emitter shield. And so that counts as a different item because it had the fuse material on it. But instead, if I unfuse the flame emitter and then I drop it such that it fails to drop, it actually removes the shield from my inventory and then gives it back because it's like, well, actually you can't do that. And so that removes the item text box from picking up an old wooden shield. So, it's such a small thing, but I feel like the details are so interesting.
Yeah, one of the other small things that Player5 is doing quite often is that you might see him constantly taking out his weapon and putting it away. This is what's known as crouch sprinting, and it's basically just a way to save a tiny amount of time over simply using the stamina and letting it completely refill while walking to then use it again. I don't know exactly how much time it saves throughout the whole run, but It's just another one of those very tiny optimizations.
Yeah, to give an idea, it's like maybe you save 2 seconds every 60 seconds straight of running, so it's like very small. But we do a lot of running in this category, so it'll be worth it.
Oh, Breath of the Wild whistle sprinting. We still talk about you fondly.
We miss you.
Breath of the Wild.
Please
more
come
like
home soon.
Breath out of the wild.
Okay, so right there, I actually I cooked a speed up. I was about to say attack up. No, we cooked the speed up meal with the rush rooms from the tunnel, and so that's nice because, you know, as we just said, we'll be doing a lot of running on the Great Sky Island, and so speed up level 2. I don't remember how much it multiplies your speed by, but it's a nice little boost, and it's pretty much along the way, so it'll be worth the detour for cooking.
There is a chance to get speed 3, but it's very
really low. It's
unlikely.
like, what, 2%, 3%?
It's like 1.7% to get speed
yeah.
level 3.
Is he gonna get the thing?
The frame perfect.
No, we
Oh,
don't.
very close. There's a frame perfect animation cancel you can do there. If you tap dive on the exact frame before Link hits the ground, it'll cancel that I just fell and hurt my feet animation.
Yeah,
Seems a couple seconds.
that was more of those backwards long jumps, or backwards jump attacks. But for some reason, when you do them backwards, they can just go further, like how how Player5 did cog skip at the beginning of the run.
Yeah, and so to cross like these little gaps midair, normally like you would use the paraglider, right? But obviously this is the early game of Tears of the Kingdom, so you don't have the paraglider. And so what's nice about Tears of the Kingdom is that you actually have a little bit more like aerial movement options because you can dive. And so with diving, you're able to change your trajectory and do these like repeated dive, cancel dive, jump slash to move little bits. And so it just allows you to do these cool little skips.
A lot of the tricks that, or like even the micro optimizations that we're doing in this run, they do come from animation cancels, which generally are not considered glitches.
That was a cool contraption, like the ones you saw earlier today.
Is that when transportation or a terrible machine?
Cool bomb jump. Whee!
And with that, we've just passed $780,000 for Doctors Without Borders.
Let's go.
Keep those donations coming in. We're just over $2,000 away from that total nuclear annihilation difficulty upgrade. Do we have time for a donation?
We do, yes.
All right, we had $100 from Lit and Crazy. Go P5! You're such an awesome speedrunner and an even better friend. You're doing so great. Go cause a Boko family funeral.
Thank you. And shout outs to Lit for that wonderful emote. Okay, so right here, we are making our way back to the Temple of Time. There's a lot of backtracking in the Great Sky Island of this run, because it's a very rigid kind of path that you have to take, because you need to first visit the Temple of Time to activate the shrines, and then you need to complete 3 shrines before coming back here to try and open the door at the end. You'll fail, as you know we're about to do right now, but then Raru will give you the ability to warp, which he could have done at the start, I think, but whatever. And then we'll go back and say hi to Recall again, the shrine up at the top, before coming back to Temple of Time one last time. So yeah, there's a lot of backtracking, but it's a good vibe.
They probably saw what you personally did to Great Plateau and Breath of the Wild and said, yeah, we're gonna stop this guy. You're gonna come back here 3 times. And you're gonna like it.
Well, you know what? I do. All right. So this part is kind of interesting because there's actually a cycle here as well, where the moving cogs inside of the temple will be at different positions depending on when you get here. And so I try to move as fast as possible so that this is in a lowered position, which allows me to quickly jump up like that. A little bit of parkour.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's impressive and all, but I think the French grunts of Raru are more interesting.
True.
All right. This is what you paid for.
Do we have some time for some puns to go with these grunts?
We do.
Oh, please.
All right, we have $25 from the Crank Machine. I'm here to ultra hand you some ultra puns. Now, don't blow a fuse. These puns ascend to a whole new level. Wait, I can't recall them. I'll go auto-build them back up.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for that donation.
I was like, wait a second. We still got recall.
They didn't put the camera in there.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
Or the map.
Donate
Where's the
again.
map?
Or the amiibo route.
There's so many more puns we can do. Donate them. Time for a haiku?
Yeah.
All right, $50 from Apple Freezer. Player5, believe it. Link is really cool. Zelda the Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Apple.
Is that the German Naruto
That's
opening?
the German Naruto opening.
Oh, it wasn't even a haiku.
If you guys haven't, then look that up. It's really good.
What a deep cut. I'm a
All
little
right.
ashamed that I knew that.
Okay, really fun strat there. Essentially, we can use the momentum of the raft coming up out of the water from recall to get a boosted jump. And so that lets us, move to the end of the shrine much faster. And then we also get to use Ultra Hand on the clock hands, which a lot of people probably didn't do in their first playthrough because it's the recall shrine. Why wouldn't you use recall? But no, those are able to be gotten with Ultra Hand. And so it's a little bit faster to do so because you can make the cycle go a little bit faster.
Ooh, we're about to see our first ball grab, ball damage cancel. This looks really nerve-wracking, but P5 is a pro. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it by saying this. But there are quite a few methods by which you can fall damage cancel in this game. However, there's really only one that's glitchless, and we're going to be using it several times throughout the rest of the run here. So we'll let him focus for this lineup here.
There.
Didn't even break a sweat.
So this was a little detour to get more wings because they'll be useful later on for faster movement.
Yeah, this whole detour it might look a little weird if you are thinking about well, we have the Ultra Hand Shrine, why not just warp there? But those wings are actually so important to the run that we have to go all the way around.
Definitely
it's like a
worth going out of the way
50-second detour, I think, but it's just the best way to do it. All right, and so now we pick up the shield that I failed dropped earlier. See, that's the swapping shields text box, but it did not say old wooden shield, or however you say that in French. All right, and then this wing shield that I picked up is going to be important for 2 jumps, but it makes your shield jumps go a little bit higher and a little bit farther. So right there, I was able to shield jump onto the middle pillar thing, and that's only because I picked up the wing shield. So yeah, small time save, but it's pretty much free because they have wings lying around.
Yeah, unfortunately, the wings that are lying around you cannot just pick up and put in your inventory, so
Oh, that would be so fun.
you can still fuse them.
All right. There's one more little trick before we get to the end of the Great Sky Island. I will be running, dropping a wing, and then jumping onto the wing, jumping off of it with the forwards momentum from the wing, and doing a shield jump to clear this gap. I said wings are important, and they are, but we actually have more than enough at this point, so this is the current fastest way to use it.
And we have reached the end of Great Sky Island, and things are going to pick up pretty wildly from here on out.
Yeah, because Tears of the Kingdom is an open world game, we can go directly to Ganondorf, bypassing all the dungeons and shrines.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of the sort of like skips that the glitchless run does.
What are you doing to him?
Don't mind me.
Is Player5 is not going to be picking up the paraglider, which is a key item that allows you to like very easily not take fall damage anywhere. And the game also definitely expects you to use in like one of the boss fights that Player5 is going to have to go do. But the paraglider takes like 7 minutes to get. So it's, you know, if you can skip it, that's a pretty good time save.
Do we have time for a donation or two?
Oh, we do.
All right, we got $25 from Dingle Fan. 5-man, I can't wait for the part of the run where you do the dingle storage. Good luck, you've got this.
I wonder who donated that one.
Actually, that glitch is banned in this category.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Well, we did get a $25
Anonymous
donation
Dingle
as well to Senior Tapir and Donnie. Good luck. Glad to see everyone supporting this amazing run, and don't forget to have fun.
Aw, thank you
so much.
guys.
We love you guys.
And keep those donations coming in. We've got so many incentives open right now, but we are 62% of the way to our difficulty upgrade for total nuclear annihilation with pinball. I don't want to see pinball, so let's get that in.
All right, so at this point, you might be asking why I just like tried to kill Link on the wing. But I was actually damaging down to 1 heart specifically because of this item, the Knight's Halberd. Let me just not ultra hand that box.
RG minute for the final boss.
And what this Knight's Halberd does is it doubles the damage you deal at 1 heart because of its weapon bonus called Desperate Strength. And so these weapon bonuses that, you know, the weapon sets in Tears of the Kingdom have, and this is a new addition from Breath of the Wild, or since Breath of the Wild, they allow you to do way more damage with these like broken weapons. But let me just focus up a little bit. This part's pretty cool.
Yeah, so now we've kind of entered the point of the run where it's time to collect a whole bunch of weapons so that Player 5 is properly equipped to fight the entire final boss sequence. So that's going to start with collecting and fusing to a bunch of these halberds here.
Please don't kill me.
Very good backup, very good backup.
I gotta say, these guys are horrible.
If anyone's got a better joke, please send it in a donation.
Oh my goodness.
Please.
Or a worse one, we're not picky.
Yikes. Okay, yeah, we have plenty of wings. Let's go.
These wings and these eyes, they kind of do double duty because there's some bosses that will want us to have the projectile trait that wings have and like the homing ability the eyes have, and they also have elemental damage, which is going to be important for some of the bosses. And then now we're going to let P5 focus up as he tries to kill the Lionel.
Okay, that should be good. There we are.
Nice. This Lionel has a lot of goodies we're gonna pick up.
Yep, we used basically almost 2 entire weapons worth, very powerful materials worth as well to get that Lionel, but more than worth it for sure. He's got the saber horn that's going to be very useful for later on, and then the bow is very crucial to the speedrun as well.
Yeah, my and the hoof. We'll give that to Walton later.
You might say we're gathering all these weapons to build a death link. Speaking of which, we have the Death Link incentive open now for Elden Ring, so get those donations in, and so we can see that later on tonight.
Ooh, I am very much looking forward to this Elden Ring run, so...
But no Death Link in this game, please.
Yes. Amiibo.
Fun fact, you can actually ascend out of bounds in this room, but obviously that's not allowed in this particular category.
Yeah, this part can be a little scary because if you do get frozen, you kind of just die. So good job on avoiding getting frozen.
Another scary fall damage cancel coming up here.
We're just gonna save here.
Smart decision.
Yep.
A little safety for the marathon. Yeah, grab the little wall there for a split second. Cancel your fall damage. You know the drill. All right, so this part is kind of nice. They give you a little spot to like refill all of your weapons with all these nice Zonai tech. And so this rocket that I just fused to my shield, the old wooden one, is going to be very, very important for the run. As Jim was mentioning earlier, we will be fighting a boss that normally requires the paraglider.
And like Cloud mentioned, the game is actually very nice for providing a lot of the materials that we need to beat these bosses. Another crucial one of which are the jellies that Player5 just picked up there.
If it kind of hurts your soul to see a white Lionel Saberhorn being used on a choo-choo, I promise you, it's incredibly crucial. We cannot beat the game without those drops.
That's right. Right there, we actually just skipped Gloom Hands. The like
You're welcome.
Phantom Ganon spawn by like skateboarding past it. So pretty sick.
Skateboard time. Whee!
And we are now back to where Zelda was walking with us through the intro. Although this time we can go quite a bit faster.
And yeah, the cannon here especially is pretty nice. Otherwise, you would have to like either use bombs, which would be a kind of a waste of resources, or you would have to keep a weapon that has a rock on it to get rid of all of them.
Another little micro optimization P5 did. They're panning the camera up so that Link doesn't randomly whip around and target the Gibdo standing behind it when he's trying to use the cannon.
Gibdo? How about you give donations to Doctors Without Borders?
True.
I gotta respect that.
Thank you. I'll be here all 25 more minutes.
All right, and you guys very graciously donated to pick up Zelda's sword. So, yeah, fun little detail is that is the pit that Zelda falls down, and she drops her torch that she had during the prologue. And so it's there, you can go pick it up, and we will be doing just that, to use it to take care of the pesky demon dragon.
All right, now we're coming up on the scariest part of the run, the most intense part of the run. So we're gonna let P5 focus, and Couch will kind of take over for the next 10 minutes or so here. We are now entering the army and boss rush in the end game. Very cinematic, very spooky, but P5 is gonna knock it out of the park.
We have to do this all on one heart too, by the way.
If at any point we die, we're getting sent right back to that point right before we drop down. So we're gonna use a bomb shield to jump up here and just fire down vengeance from above on these bokoblins.
Foco family funeral.
And we're gonna queue up another bomb shield while they're kind of still reeling from the explosion, because we're gonna be using one for each of the phases here. Missed the freeze on the big guy. There we go. Important to keep him kind of under wraps because he's very fast and very strong. He's gonna cause us some problems. And then also while these guys are frozen, we're gonna be grabbing some more materials along the way.
Yeah, one of the really nice effects of the Lionel bow is that because it's a triple arrow, that also triples the fuse material that you put on it. So every time Player5 fused a bomb, that actually shot out 3 bombs to deal with all the enemies that were there.
Okay, this part, may have looked a little slow, but I need to go and pick up certain items during it. Those will be very important later.
The wave that you grab them on does matter because we're killing so many enemies, they're dropping so much stuff on the ground that, case in point, that stuff will load in and the prior drops will unload from the game and just disappear from the game world. And if we don't grab them, they're gone forever. And you notice more of these animation cancels. He's doing jump cancels for these slashes just to, get out of the way quicker, farm up the next slash quicker. And I gotta say, I do love that the intense boss music every so now and then is interrupted by the whimsical item pickup noise.
Yeah, we'll be seeing that at least 2 more times here because Player 5 is also going to pick up some Gibdo wings and also Gibdo bones because Gibdo wings have the wing property when you shoot them where they essentially just fly straight for a very long time, and the bones are just a very powerful fuse material for the end of the bow.
All right, last phase of army here. And then we're gonna be heading on to our 6-part boss rush. As mentioned, we haven't completed any of the dungeons, at least as far as I could tell. I didn't black out or anything, did I, in the past 40 minutes? So we will have to fight them all in sequence in order to get to Ganondorf. Very well done, great armor.
Yeah, so the first one that's coming up here is Colgera, and this is the fight that really expects you to have the paraglider, which we do not have. What we do have is 1 rocket, and thankfully the knowledge that Colgera always moves at the exact same way at the beginning of the fight here. So Player 5 is going to rocket up in this position, and he's going to use the fuse materials that we have with the wings to fly all the way straight up to the weak points on Colgera and get the 3 weak spot hits here for the first phase.
Nice.
And unlike Breath of the Wild, where if you're in bullet time or that mid-air slow-mo, your stamina is constantly depleting, and Tears of the Kingdom, it does it basically like just under 1/3 per shot, and so you can basically get 3, maybe 4 shots if you're super lucky here, and well, 3 weak points, 3 shots, basically. We're gonna let P5 focus here.
Very nice.
Gliderless Colgera.
Sorry, I couldn't stall for a little longer so you could hear the music.
So for Marbled Goma here, these rocks do serve dual purpose, both to kind of stun the boss and help us do a little bomb jump to get up there quicker for these spins. Breath of the Wild is infamous for its double hits, where if you turn around with a 2-handed weapon, you can get in 2 hits at once per cycle. Tears of the Kingdom took that out, but they still left it in for the first hit, so you're gonna see P5 turning around to get double hits on that first swing there.
Spin to win.
And it's just enough damage to get in 1 spin per phase.
Yeah, so second cycle here is basically just the same thing. Because Marbled Goma is like, wait, there's no ceiling. I can't go up there.
Should be okay here. Very nice, good backup.
I don't know why Link started climbing.
He's got a mind of his own.
He's a silly guy. He forgot the silly block ended.
And here's where those water chew jelly that we picked up earlier are coming in handy. You actually have no way to defeat this boss without some sort of water element. Normally in Water Trumpet, you have Sidon in his water bubble. But here we're gonna get Break the Shield and Spin to win. Look at him, he's just a little guy. You don't feel bad at all killing him?
No,
Oh.
not even 1 bit.
Shoutouts to this part not lagging on Switch 2.
Oh my goodness. All Dungeons runners know the pain.
Yeah, for this shot here, to guarantee that we get the hit in before Muktarok goes back in, we use the eyeball, which has the ability where it will sort of snipe for you whatever you aim at. So that's very helpful right here.
Very close, great job. Boss number 4 is Queen Gibdo. We're gonna be putting those elemental items that we picked up to work here. This will basically stun it and knock it to the ground so we can get in those Gibdo bone shots and some more spin to win.
And also headshots additionally do double damage. when you hit enemies in the head, like Queen Gibdo. So that's why Player 5 went around to the front there.
So you've got the triple Lionel bow, the 3 Gibdo fuse parts, and the headshot. I'm not a math person, but that's a lot of damage.
Now it's time for the scary part, because on this phase, the Gibdos are now crawling towards Player 5 and will try to attack him. And they are pretty aggressive, so he does have to keep moving while he's doing this. All right, very nice.
Very nice. Boss 5 out of 6 is Seized Construct in the Spirit Temple. Thankfully, the floor here isn't covered in gloom, so we'll be able to walk around normally. And this boss has some very interesting strats. First of all, we've got the Soldier's Broadsword, which has the Quick Charge perk, which allows you to basically queue up a charge attack like that immediately, which we need to knock Seized Construct into these walls. This is basically the only most effective way that we can damage it.
Also kind of why we don't get attack up food, because it relies on RNG, or we could use Amiibo, but Amiibo is cheating.
All right, chat. Raise your hand if you forgot Seized Construct was in the game.
I wish I could forget.
I feel like this is the most forgettable boss in the entire game.
You know, like the Rock'em Sock'em robot fight?
No, not really.
Phase 2 is a little bit scarier. It's going to fly in the air and try to shoot cannons and such, but the name of the game here is just basically to use these fire fruit to stun it before it can get very far, and then basically continue what we were doing before.
Yeah, Player 5 is also making sure to use the shield there, because sometimes when the Seized Construct jumps up, it can like accidentally hit a Zonai part and cause it to go flying, and if that Zonai part hits Link, he dies. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen. What?
Oh. Yo, wait, I've never...
Right on cue.
I've never seen that before.
Can we get a that's never happened before?
Oh my goodness.
What a good version.
Yeah,
a good version.
good
That's
version,
never
yeah.
happened before. Please happen again. All right, boss number 6 out of 6 is Phantom Ganon. Basically, we're going to be getting off some flurry rushes here, so we're going to let P5 focus on the timing. And careful positioning so he can get 2 of them in one flurry rush. Nice little time save there.
There we are. So yeah, we doubled these up
Very nice.
to get to it for the price of 1.
And that is the boss rush. Oh, sorry.
Hold up. Wait. We got one more phase.
He's back.
Oh, wait, there's more.
And he's glooming all over the floor. All right then.
Well, we have bomb arrows, so we don't care.
Phase 2 is kind of our random BS go phase. We're just gonna kind of empty out the rest of our bombs and whatever other random stuff we have in our inventory to take these guys down. Again, headshots here being double damage. Ooh. Right out of the blast range. And there's the boss rush. No glitches.
All right, there we go.
problem.
Okay, so we are now a little bit safe. So like we mentioned earlier, if I died at any point during that boss rush, I would go back to the very start, right, before army. But we actually get a little bit of a checkpoint here. And so now, if I die, I actually only go back to right before Ganondorf. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do this.
This is a fun little lineup. And then riding the momentum of the rocket into a rocket shield boost. Super fun.
That is so sick.
Pocket rocket at home.
Do we have time for a quick donation right now?
Sure.
We do, yeah.
Sure. We had $10 from Squigs. Recall back to that first donation, and I'll auto-build a new one like Ultra Hand. Fuse this with that first one, look at it through camera, and it will ascend past Amiibo. Thank you very much for that donation. Keep those donations coming. We're 68% of the way to our difficulty upgrade for total nuclear annihilation. I know we can do it. Let's push towards that $785,000 for Doctors Without Borders.
So during that short donation read, we're already over halfway through phase 1 of Ganondorf. P5 is absolutely shredding him right now. Another perk that we haven't mentioned is the Royal Weapons, which give you double damage when you're in a Flurry Rush, which is this kind of dodge, slow-mo, beat 'em up. Phase 2 is a bit scarier. There's RNG on the weapon he throws out. We got the sword, which is a pretty good one. So we'll be able to kind of get off to a good start here.
Notice he jumps out of every flurry, and that forces Ganondorf to attack again and doesn't do random attacks.
We're only going to see, hopefully, about half of the attacks in his arsenal because of this manip that P5's doing involving the positioning between him and Ganondorf. And a lot of them are basically every other attack except for his direct charge on you is going to be a time waster. But we are wasting no time getting through this final boss here. Probably have time for one quick donation here during the cutscene.
Sure thing. We had $25 from Kyle Shao, 25 big ones to my favorite Zelda speedrunner, P5 on the main event GDQ stage, all for charity, trans rights.
This is my favorite part of the game.
Here we're only going to do 6 hits and not finish like the whole combo, so that we can continually do this flurry back and forth.
Yeah, if I were to do the 7th hit, then Ganondorf would actually swap weapons, and you can't flurry rush the other weapons as quickly. So this is actually optimal. And just like that, Ganondorf is done.
Very nice.
Let's give it up for P5.
Oh wait. As we approach the final boss of the game, we have a 30-second long loading screen, so we've got time for a donation or two.
Perfect. We had $100 from Ganondorf. Hola, you have caught me mid-suavemente.
I was waiting for that one.
We also had $25 from 64-bit Link. Good luck, Player5. TOTK Glitchless is such a difficult and impressive run to show off, and looking forward to the greatest showcase of this game. Thank you so much.
You know, we have a good time for a couple more.
All right, $50 from Pleasant Pheasant. Gib donation train. All right, let's get some more Gib donations in.
Give donation.
Gib donate our way to 785K. How about that?
I like the sound of that.
$25 from Sam. So excited to see Player5 on stage at GDQ. I love your streams. Best of luck with the run.
Appreciate that.
And $25 from that guy, pal, no Lionel, Lincoln, and keys it up, Player5.
I think we've done that.
I'd say so.
All right, so we are now entering the final cinematic boss fight, but this one's a little bit harder than Dark Beast Ganon was for Breath of the Wild.
In case you've forgotten, we still don't have the paraglider. And we won't sure we'll be getting it during this boss fight.
We have one wing.
One wing and a dream.
Also, the game gave us the Master Sword.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so the path that the Demon Dragon takes is the exact same each time for each of these cycles, so we know exactly where the Demon Dragon is going to be. The thing that's difficult is doing the in-between strategies here, where like we use this wing to fly to the next eye, and also like making sure that we jump off of Zelda when she brings us back up to the top at the correct time to fall down to where the eyes are going to be.
I think I messed up a little bit. Should be fine.
The cycles here are generally really tight, and on Switch 2, 60 FPS, they're a little bit different than what you might encounter in another speedrun of this game. But we're gonna go for a quick 3 cycle if possible.
Did I do the backup correctly? It does not look like I did. Okay, well, we will figure it out.
We're gonna
Right.
wing it, right?
We're gonna wing it. Yeah. I'm actually out though.
Oh yeah, we're out of wings.
Okay.
You just want the speedrun to drag on, don't you? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm usually not like this, I promise.
As you said earlier, can someone donate a better joke, please?
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'm waiting. We haven't gotten any better ones yet.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
The
boy.
bar is on the floor.
We're actually in the sky.
Okay, so this is, I guess, a bit of a showcase of why this part of the run is so hard. Because if you look at this, we actually... Hold up.
You should be
hold
good.
up.
You should be good. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're
We do not have a good way of traversing the dragons because they are massive. And so, yeah, if you don't control Zelda's position as well as keep the demon dragon's like cycle consistent, then it can get really messy because Zelda, bless her heart, she is not very good with directions.
This is your reminder to
forbid.
use the Zelda's torch on the final
Yes,
hit.
yes, thank you. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Oh wait, I need to go.
Yeah, you can.
Dude, I thought he was doing the other
Right, go on.
attack.
Just admiring the view. But we are getting to the end of the run here. After the final hit on Demon Dragon, there'll be about a minute left before we end the run on catching the princess.
All right, so right here, we drop that. We go for the Master Torch. And there we go! With the power of Zelda, not only with the Master Sword, but also her torch from the very beginning, we defeated the Demon Dragon. But the run is not over yet, because we still need to save our princess. And so we've got one more slash, and then set off a nuke above Hyrule. But let's skip that part.
We skipped it.
It happened off screen. Demon Dragon got off screen.
And then we have the final catch. So timing ends on Link grabbing Zelda's hand. It is a very romantic end to the run. And it's been a really fun time. So yeah, shout outs to the Tears of the Kingdom speedrunning community. If you're interested in doing this run or any of the others, make sure to join the Tears of the Kingdom speedrunning Discord. There's a lot of helpful people, a lot of resources to help you also tackle this really fun run. All right, timing is coming up. And time. All right. Well, that was Tears of the Kingdom glitchless. We didn't die, so we managed to get in under estimate. But yeah, thank you all for your generous donations. Again, shout outs to the Tears of the Kingdom speedrunning community. It's a very welcoming place. And of course, thanks to my couch for providing the commentary. I was a little bit locked in during that, so I couldn't have done it without them.
Where can we find you for more speedrunning action?
Oh yeah, twitch.tv/player5. I stream all of my speedruns there, as well as on YouTube at youtube.com/@player5sr. So if you're looking for some Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom speedrunning, then it's a good place to be. Oh, we do have French Zelda coming back one more time.
This was the talking Zelda block I was
Yeah.
waiting for.
It's so much more romantic in French. Look at her. Oh my goodness.
We got time for one pun.
Yeah, we do, yes.
So we're in the mood, go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. $25 from Anonymous. I don't think I'll ever get tired of Tears of the Kingdom speedruns. They high rule.
They do.
Tu m'as vaincu, n'est-ce pas? Ce n'est pas un rêve. La déesse soit louée. Mais moi, comment je...
I'm gonna tear up.
I am once again immersed in the French.
This
En
is
fait,
awesome.
je me souviens. J'ai dormi très longtemps. Jusqu'à ce jour.
Oh, fun fact, Breath of the Wild is actually fastest
puis,
with French
soudain,
text.
J'ai
So,
senti une chaleur vaste et apaisante qui
for a long
m'enveloppait.
time, this was the voice acting I
Je
was
me
used
suis
to.
réveillée. Oh, merci. Tu sais, j'ai voyagé très loin dans le passé. J'ai fait des rencontres extraordinaires. Je voulais tellement te raconter tout ça. Et c'est possible à présent. Je suis rentrée. Enfin.
And that is the end.
We have heard all the voice acting.
But yeah, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for some more GDQ.